What is going on, chat? How's it going? Midday stream. Not sure how it's gonna go. I want to try. I'm gonna be trying midday streams all week, potentially. But I do want to try. I want to try a midday stream or two, just for the sake of seeing how it goes, right? You won't know unless you experiment. So, here's the plan for today. We're gonna start easy. We're gonna start simple, right? I started playing Melee 1 week ago. A week and a couple days. Admittedly, a week and a couple of days. So I really just want to talk about that for a little bit. I want to talk about what it's like, what it's been like getting into Melee. For, this week. Some of my strengths, I think. Some of the things that I think I can still improve on. And just really how I feel about it as a whole. That's kind of the goal for, the first portion of the stream. Second portion of the stream, it's going to be a YouTube video. We're going to see, I have a tier list. We're going to see on it what animals I feel like I have the best chance of taking in a fight. Which I know isn't an all that original idea, but it spawned from an original idea, which was, what if, it's so bad to say out loud now, what if I made a Pokemon team, but with real animals? That was the original idea. Then I was like, that does just sound like animal cruelty. It does just sound like me wanting to fight animals with other animals, which is animal cruelty. So we're not doing that anymore. Instead, we are going to simply make a tier list of animals that if I had to fight them, how would I fare in battle? So that's the second plan. Thing number 3 we're doing is going to either be Lawn Mowing Simulator or a little bit of Melee or a new Genlock run. I haven't really decided yet, but Athena likes the Melee music. So those are the 3 things I've decided. So that's pretty much it. I don't know if we'll have time to get to the third thing. Depends, how much time we got left afterwards, after the first 2 things. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That being said, I'm hoping Athena quiets down a little bit so we can get into it. So, yep. That being said, some of you Googling is so funny. Yeah, I think we'll just keep the Melee backtrack, to be honest. But, that being said, wait, maybe we should use Wii music instead. That's a pretty universally good story, or song. So that being said, 1 week and a couple days ago, 1 week and a couple days ago, I decided to start playing Super Smash Bros. Melee again. I had not played it since I was young, since I was like literally 7 or 8. So I thought it would be interesting. I did decide originally that I was going to play Link. I looked up a tier list. Link was dog water. Now he can't be that bad. So I played him. He actually is dog water. So while looking for like Link tutorials, which do not exist, by the way, one reoccurring theme was whatever you think you can do really well with Link, you could probably do better with Marth. So I decided to start playing Marth. And a week in, I feel like it's going really well. A week in, I feel like it's going good. I've talked about it before, but I did find this little Melee Guru website that has like 5 stages of like learning how to play a character. So you can see they got a lot of stuff on here. Everything from just what Marth's attacks do in stage 1, all the way to things like tree grabs and boost grabs and, you know, SDI and ASDI. Even to the final stage, which is like shield drops and no impact lands and moonwalking and stuff. So this has been, in general, a really helpful tool for me. And if you are thinking about getting into Melee, I do recommend it. Now, I don't know if they have things for other other Melee characters. Okay, it looks like they just have one for Marth, which is kind of funny. But I do recommend something like it, you know? Here we go. There's a big character guides thing I just found. So if you wanted to learn how to play Fox, right? Like, I do recommend something like this. Because, like, for me going into it, I had no clue what I was doing. So just having a guide that was good, and it was thorough, and it walks me through how to do stuff, it definitely helps. It definitely helps to have something like that. Because otherwise, you're just going in blind. And, like, going in blind, I wouldn't know how to, like, wave dash or anything. So that's definitely been a good starting point for me. Now, that being said, I did not finish it because a lot of the stuff got, like, too tech-based for me, or they even got to the point where, like I needed to be fighting somebody to be able to do it. So I started just taking matchups, and I think that's another big thing, is if you're gonna get into Melee, you gotta just take matchups at some point, right? Because another good thing that I've used is, let me see if I can find it real fast. I think it's like Uncle Punchbox or something. Yeah, Uncle Punch Melee. So this is another thing that I've used, is the Uncle Punch Melee thing, right? And on that, there's a lot of good things about like combo training and wave dashing and L canceling and stuff like that. Ledge dashing, all that kind of stuff. Now that's helped, and that does help to a certain point, right? Because it's really hard to like learn how to like L cancel when hello, but it's really hard to learn like how to L cancel when there's a little fucking fox or falco just fucking pew, pew, pew from across the map, you know? And it's really hard to like get that down. So that really helps in terms of just getting that down and getting that ready. So I used that. I've been using that. And at some point, you just kind of have to download Slippy and just start taking matches, right? Thank you for the follow, Arthur Benz 29. So at some point, you do just kind of have to concede and be like, look, I know I'm gonna lose a little bit, but I got it. You got to get on Slippy. You got to take a match or two. because that also puts a lot of the stuff you practice into performance, right? And it allows you to see, like, okay, I should have L canceled there, or like having a better wave dash mechanic would have helped me in this matchup, right? So then you can go back to the practice mode and just keep doing those things. You can keep working on that kind of stuff. Like for me, like, and this is where we kind of get into like strengths and like weaknesses and stuff. I have been really good at timing L cancels and getting better with L cancels. And it's helped. It helps, right? Because you're like floating down, you're recovering. You can just fast fall, down smash, and L cancel, and you're back in the fight. And also through playing Slippy, I've learned that I'm getting a lot better, a lot quicker with my Falco matchups. Now, whether that's because I'm learning with Falco faster or if I'm just running into more Falcos inherently, it's probably the second one. I seem to face a lot of Falcos. And like that helps too, right? Because that's another big thing is matchups. But that also kind of flows easily into like my weaknesses. So one weakness I've really noticed and I really need to improve on is wave dashing. I'm struggling a lot to get the consistency of a wave dash down, specifically the angle, because I'm not sitting here like this hitting it, you know. I'm looking at the screen and the practice mode, it's got like the angle, the timing, and your like percent completion or something. So I've noticed that helps a lot, because even if I throw a couple wave dashes, like, okay, this is that angle, like this is like a 90-degree angle and nothing happens, versus if I go down to like a 60-degree angle, I wave dash a lot further than like a 45-degree angle, and it allows you to get all those things down. So I think as of now, that's probably one of my biggest weaknesses, is just wave dashing in general. So I think, you know, going forward, like even now, when I have extra time and I sit down to play Melee, a lot of times I'm just going into the trainer and just wave dashing and trying to get the rhythm down, trying to get the method down, you know. Another big weakness is kind of, for me, is just the ledge in general at this point. I'm really bad at knowing. My bearded dragon looks really weird right now. What are you doing, little dude? So another big weakness for me is just the ledge in general. I'm trying to get better at knowing when I am too far from the ledge to recover. How to recover in general, I'm really tough at. And then also ledge guarding, I'm not great at. But I think that also goes back into the not being great at wave dashing thing, because I'm not really wave dashing like backwards and landing on the ledge to, you know, ledge guard better than I could be. So I think all in all, those are my two biggest weaknesses, because those two, especially with Marth, because Marth is really big on movement, being able to wave dash towards the opponent and then being able to ledge guard are really big for Marth. And I think that's like the surface level stuff that I need to work on, is wave dashes and ledge guarding. And ledge guarding and recovering, I guess you could count as one, right? Other than that, my other weaknesses, I think, have been like smash DI. I don't fully understand, and it's really hard to, like, I think too with SDI, a lot of it's been reprogramming my brain, because my brain, if he shoots me off to the right stage, like to the right of the stage, hitting left is going to get me back faster, but it doesn't. And I know it doesn't. Hitting up allows me to recover faster. But that's kind of the, that's where I'm at, is I'm still thinking like a toddler, and I'm like, oh, I need to go left, so I'm just going to hit left. So that's the other thing I need to get better with, is SDI. So I think going into this next week of Melee, I need to work on my wave dashing more. I need to work on my SDI, and I need to work on my my ledge tech more. I think those are the three big things for me in general. Past that, my strengths. What do I think I'm getting good at? What do I think, because I'm not going to say like, my combos are great and I don't have to do anything else with my combos, because that would be a lie and I don't want to lie. At this point, I don't think I'm doing anything as well as I can be, but at the same time, in the same vein as that, I think I'm getting the hang of a couple things a lot faster. And one of them I mentioned before is like L canceling. I think that's something that I was able to get really quickly, and even now, like, the inputs and the timing and everything is still in my brain. I still know how to do that. I don't really have to do the L cancel training as much. I know what I'm doing when it comes to L canceling. At least I think I know what I'm doing. Another thing that I've just started getting better at in the past couple of days is like successfully issuing out a combo. Now, I don't know if my combos are any good, but I'm getting better at them, which is good. Rolling to better position myself, I'm starting to get a lot better at, because that's another big thing, is rolling out, right? So, hold shield, dash, it's a roll, allows me to reposition, almost like resetting the tempo and getting better at resetting the tempo in my favor. Almost like sacking a Pokemon, right? Like sometimes you're in a gym fight and you really just have to sack the Pokemon just so you can reset the tempo and you don't get caught in like a constant losing fight. You just sack them and then bring out a Pokemon, get rid of that one, right? So it's kind of the same thing. I'm getting a lot better at that, at like resetting tempo and playing a little more defensively to like back up and reposition for a better offensive attack. So, can we play a new game? Let's play a new game right now. I just got a new follower on Twitter, so let's play my favorite game. Is it a sex bot? It's not. Look. She's not a sex bot. Medeline, if you're seeing this, I'm sorry, but I've been followed by a lot of sex bots. Oh, never mind. You're just shit posting, adding a bunch of people, and then saying, hey, buy my stuff. So that's cool. Oh, there we go. Another VTuber artist followed me. Hey, keep grinding, guys. Not for me, though. Not for me. Alright. So, back to Melee. So yeah, I definitely think those are my strengths. Like, in the short term, those have been my strengths. Just L canceling, resetting tempo. I'm getting better at recovering, so I think in all honesty, I would put recoveries in like this weird middle tier where it's like I'm not dog shit at it, but I'm not great at it, like I'm getting there. I'm getting better, so it's like in that little third tier. So yeah, those are kind of my big strengths. In general, I'm getting really good at Falco matchups, which is helpful, right? Learning a matchup and learning how to play consistently against a character is good. So I'm getting good at those things. Some highlights from this week. I've made a couple people just reset and quit on me, which is a good feeling, by the way. It's always a good feeling because I've literally been playing Melee for a week, so it's a good feeling knowing that I'm playing at a level that makes them literally like quit out of the match, which is insane. I've had a couple matchups where I got really close to 4-stocking them, but then my percent just got too high. Like I've had a couple matchups at this point. Some were against Falcos, but some were also against random characters like Game & Watch and like Pichu. That I'll get like, I'll get like 3 of their stocks, because Slippy defaulted to 4 stocks. I don't know if that's normal or not, but I'll get 3 stocks on them, haven't died, but my percent's at like 160, so they just kind of hop off the platform, down smash me, and I just take off, which is where I feel like SDI would come in. I could then recover and then get my 4 stock, but I'm not good at that. So I've had a couple instances where I'll get like 3 stocks easy, and then I die, which is, you know, it's improvement. It's sign of improvement, I'm sure. I'm sure that's signs of an improving player. I was surprised to learn that there's no ranked on Slippy. There's only unranked. Unless I'm just not looking in the right places. But that's okay. It's not, you know, it's not the biggest deal that there's no ranked. Trust me, I wouldn't be playing ranked anyways. So we've talked about my strengths, we talked about my weaknesses, we've, you know, covered a couple of highlights that weren't that impressive, but still stuff that's happened that I'm proud of. So where do we go from here? That's the question. The question is, where do we go from here? What does the next week look like? Right? So, over the course of the next week, I have a couple specific goals in mind. Like, I have a couple things in Melee that I specifically want to work on, and some of them involve playing Melee, and some of them don't. So, my biggest goal for, like, the next week, and I don't know, maybe we'll touch base again in, like, a month, right? Maybe we'll do, like, a week, a month, 6 months, a year. Maybe. So, something I want to touch on is, I think over the course of the next week or so, I want to get wave dashing down. That's kind of the essential thing for me at this point. I feel like that's the thing that I feel like at this point is holding me back the most, is not being able to move as efficiently throughout the map. So I feel like that kind of starts with wave dashing. Because from wave dashing, you can go to, like, I think it's called ledge landing or ledge dashing. Hang on. Okay, so yeah, from wave dashing, I can go to wave landing, and then from wave landing, I can go to ledge dashing. And those 3 seem like pretty crucial movements, right? Because even like ledge dashing, I can that like flows into recovery better. So that's probably number 1. I think that's where a lot of my time playing Melee over the course of the next week is probably going to be. It's probably going to be on that. And then the next thing I want to do is probably watch and look through this that I just found. Like all of this stuff. Like this is like tech guides and trials and pivoting and how to play Marth, and you know, there was one that I saw that said, okay, yeah, there's a Marth guide, matchup guides, so stuff like that. I think looking through these is going to be kind of crucial for me going into the next week, especially now that I'm starting to play a little bit more Slippy. Looking at stuff like matchups and stuff like that is going to be really important. For me, the matchups are going to be really important. Other things I want to work on, I want to get the combos down a little more, right? I want to get the combos down a little better. Learn some actually good combos, not just shit I'm coming up with. Because, and this is the logic I use, right? Melee is 20 years old. Like, Melee came out November 21st, 2001. This game is literally older than I am. Think about that. So there's people that have been playing it for 21 years. And these are the people that are making guides and going to tournaments and shit. So as much as I can, I should be looking to them for advice. Because especially at the skill level I'm at right now, I'm not going to come up with a groundbreaking discovery with Marth. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna have an earth-shattering Marth revelation that changes the game forever. It's just I don't think that happens. So I want to look at all the stuff that everyone else has done. I want to watch some pro Marth players play Marth, see what they're doing, and actually probably take a page out of Mr. Beast's book of advice, because he said, you know, if you want to make better YouTube videos, you literally have to sit down and write down, like with a notebook and a pencil, everything that happens. So I feel like what I should do is watch people play Marth and literally write down everything they do. Be like, okay, this is what he does, like this and this and this, and like when Fox is up here, this is what Marth is doing to, you know, hopefully gain an advantage, stuff like that. So that's probably a lot of what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get into the really like nerdy techie shit over the next week, just over the course of the next week. Now, am I gonna sit down and break down frame by frame, you know, Zane Mango at Phantom? No, that's super boring fucking content if it's on stream. So on stream, you know, it's probably just gonna be a lot of just playing Slippy, just seeing where I'm at, right? I feel like that's what it'll come down to on stream. But off stream, I want to work on the tech a little more. I think that's probably the big thing. So those are probably just a couple things I'm going to work on now at this point, is wave dashing, getting that down a little more consistently. And then also, you know, wave landing and ledge dashing. So just movement in general. I want to get the combos down a little more. Watch a lot more sources. Something I've been really struggling on is finding people that make educational melee content, but are also interesting. That's something that I am struggling to do, because if somebody makes the best melee content, and I'll admit to this, if somebody makes the best melee content in the world, but they're boring as shit, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just not. I just won't watch it. I'd rather watch something that is mildly educational but interests me, that can keep my attention. And one thing I've found is SSBM tutorials, which I'm sure everybody knows about. I'm not breaking the internet with this one. So that's my other thing, is I want to find educational melee content that's fun to watch. That's the other big thing. But other than that, not much. In general, as a conclusion, to wrap it all up, to put it all in a box, wrap it in a bow, wrap it up, how do I feel about Melee? How do I feel about getting into Melee in 2022? 20 years after it's released. How does it feel to get into the game, right? In general, I've had a lot of fun with it, personally. I've had a lot of fun getting into Melee, getting into the Melee scene in 2022. It's been a great experience so far. I'm at a point right now with where I'm at, with everything I know. I'm at a point where if somebody beats me, it's a little frustrating, because I'm getting good at immediately picking up on stuff I should be doing better, right? So it's frustrating, but not to the point where I'm quitting, right? Like nothing has angered me yet. It's just been a good experience, and I'm picking out what I need to do better, and I'm working on those things. So it's been fun. It's definitely a fun experience getting into Melee at this point in the game. And even even though there are people that are better than me, I'm also finding a lot of people that are like on my level or even a little worse than me. So there's still a good balance. It's not like, 2,000 people play the game and I'm player 2001 and I'm the first new Melee player in the past 5 years. So everyone's just goated out of their fucking minds and they all know what they're doing. I play a person or two that's like, okay, they clearly don't know anything more than me. So all in all, it's been a good experience. And the fact that I'm still playing it a week later kind of speaks for itself a little bit, It kind of speaks to itself that I'm still interested in the game a week later, that I'm still actively playing, I'm still, trying to get better. I feel like most games for me, a lot of my excitement dies down. Giving it a week is insane. Like, for me to say most of my excitement dies down in a week is a really big hyperbole. Most of my excitement dies down in like 3 days. Like, whenever I play a new game, I play the fuck out of it for like 3 days, and unless it really catches my interest, I'm normally done by then. I'm normally done. And that's a big thing for me. Like, new Pokemon games catch my interest all the time. Breath of the Wild actually is a great example. Like, I won't lie to you, I picked up Breath of the Wild one time when I first got it, and I was like, yeah, this is boring, put it down. I put it down, and then I picked it up again like a month later and didn't put it down. I beat the whole story mode over like the course of like a 12-hour day. And the same thing happened with Mario Odyssey. I actually beat both of those in a weekend. I picked up Mario Odyssey and I was like, okay, this is just a lame-ass Mario game. And I put it down for like a month. And then one weekend came around where I was like, I got nothing going on. So I literally sat at my computer, holding my Switch, watching YouTube videos, playing, Breath of the Wild and Odyssey. And I beat them both in a weekend. And then I haven't touched Odyssey since, but Breath of the Wild I've actually reset a couple of times because I was like genuinely interested in the game. So for me to play Melee for a week this actively and still want to play Melee and still want to get better at the game, in and of itself speaks to the game's, like, how much fun I'm having. But all in all, it's been a good experience. I'm having a lot of fun. So yeah, I definitely am having fun. I definitely do like playing Marth. Other than that, not much going on with Melee, to be honest. So yeah, it's been fun. That's kind of like the 1 week update on Melee, kind of where I'm headed, my overall thoughts, what I'm doing good at from what I think, and what I think I could do better on. So yeah, that was kind of it. That was the whole 35-minute ramble about it. That was the whole 35-minute ramble about what it's like to play Melee. It has been nice, though. I have definitely enjoyed my stay in the Melee community so far. One thing I haven't done is joined any Discords, so I really do feel like a little goblin. Like, I'll sit here and say that, it's fun to be in the Melee community, but I'm not. I'm like just the little goblin in the corner. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely don't talk to anybody that plays Melee. So, but it's definitely been fun. It's definitely been fun. So yeah, that's it. And now it's content time, boys. Now it's content time. shit is a mess. My shit is a mess. Dude, Multiverses also looks fun. Pipsqueak and Macro Melee? Is it like, if it's edge, is it good content though? Because that's my big thing. Is if it's not good content, I'm gonna click off. Let's search his channel for Marth. Macro Melee? You just said, yeah, don't look at Pipsqueak. That's funny. Is that Radar Super Smash Bros? Because all their shit starts with Macro Melee, so I feel like that might be it, right? Yeah? Okay. Let's see. I'll live react to this. I'll let you know. Just so you can get an idea of what I find interesting too. Watch this. I'll let you know if I find this interesting or not.
Tech chasing is one of the most important concepts to understand in Melee, especially for beginners, as it allows you to extend combos more consistently. This video explores the basics of tech chasing in Melee and addresses common mistakes players make while learning the game. I'll make a more advanced tech chasing guide at a later date, but for now this video will cover the basics. To understand what tech chasing is, we need to understand what teching is. Teching is a defensive option primarily used to break a character's fall and is performed by pressing the L or R buttons just as you come into contact with the floor. If done correctly, you'll bounce from the ground into a standing animation, allowing you to continue fighting. If you're holding left or right while you press L or R, you'll do a tech roll instead, and will roll in the direction that you're holding. The reason teching is particularly useful is because you are invincible during a portion of the tech animation, which can allow you to escape an opponent's combo. On top of this, by rolling away instead of landing in place, you can create enough distance between you and the opponent to escape the situation entirely. So in order to successfully tech in Melee, you need to hit the floor between 1 to 20 frames after you press the L or R button. If you hit the floor between 21 to 40 frames after this, you'll miss the tech entirely. 20 frames is actually a pretty huge window in Smash, but it can be abused by tech trapping, which we'll cover in a different video. So tech chasing is simply chasing your opponent's tech option in order to follow up with a combo. With this in mind, the first step to successfully tech chasing in Melee is to understand the tech options that your opponent has. Prior to hitting the ground, your opponent has 4 options: tech away, tech behind, tech in place, and miss tech. However, if they miss the tech, they can then get up attack, stand up in place, or roll away/behind. Tech chasing generally works by either covering these options on reaction, which isn't always possible depending on the situation or character, or guessing which tech option they'll choose and covering that. One of the most common examples of a tech chase is Sheik's down throw tech chase on Fox, Falcon, and Falco. Here Sheik can react to each option on the ground, but she could also just guess which option her opponent will use and cover it that way. I use the phrase guess instead of read because a read really is just a more informed guess. So if you notice your opponent overuses an option, you can assume they'll do it and cover that option under that assumption. However, even if you know what direction they'll tech, sometimes you're not in a position to cover it, but it's much more common in Melee to be able to cover the option if you know it's coming, so keep this in mind while playing. With all of that out of the way, let's look at some common mistakes players make and show how to fix them. These mistakes are mistiming their follow-up, not understanding whether their opponent can tech, not understanding how to cover options efficiently, and not understanding whether you can tech chase on reaction. Let's start with number 1, mistiming their follow-up. The most common mistake beginners make when tech chasing by far is not timing their attacks correctly. I believe this habit develops because beginners are used to playing against people who do not tech at all, and immediately attacking is a great way to punish no tech. However, this habit quickly backfires because teching gives you invincibility frames for a portion of the animation. So if you attack while they're invincible, you won't hit them, and the lag of your mistimed move usually allows your opponent to escape the situation entirely. Because of this, to punish the majority of tech options, you need to time your moves to cover the frames where the character is not invincible. Thankfully, the amount of time or frames that a character is invincible in Melee after a tech in place or tech roll is quite consistent. Without getting too technical, no pun intended, the first half of a tech roll is invincible and the second half is not. The only difference with tech rolls is how far each character rolls away, which obviously does make it harder to follow up, but that can depend heavily on your positioning. More on that later. Practically speaking, all you need to do to cover a tech roll is wait until their initial invincibility is over in the first half of the animation and attack them. By switching your timing from immediately attacking to waiting a bit and then attacking, you'll cover way more escape options. Covering a tech in place, however, can be a bit trickier, but still follows similar principles. Every character in Melee takes 26 frames to perform a tech in place, and the majority of characters are invincible between frames 1 to 20. The only exception to this is Pikachu and Pichu, who are invincible from frames 1 to 24. This means that you have at least 6 frames of end lag to hit most characters, but this number is actually bigger if you consider what their follow-up options are. This is because pretty much every option in Melee has some form of startup lag, even something simple like jumping, so the amount of time you have to punish could actually be quite a bit higher than 6 frames. Because of all this, as long as you position yourself correctly and time your attacks correctly, you'll be able to punish an opponent's tech option in the majority of situations. But what do I mean by positioning yourself correctly?
Yeah,
Well,
this is
where you are
actually a goated channel. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot I was streaming. I was just watching that person. That's goated. I appreciate that. Yeah, I not gonna lie, I forgot I was streaming. I was just learning about Melee. Especially because I don't know how to tech. I was learning. That was me just learning right there. Okay, I'm gonna go fill my water real quick, and then when I come back, I'm gonna fight some animals. So, I'll be right back, chat. That was my GameCube controller falling on the floor. I really hope that doesn't hurt it. Okay. I'm back. Do not adjust your TVs. There's no reason to. I am back. I am back. Oh. Alright, let's make a YouTube video. Let's make a YouTube video because I don't have enough of those waiting in queue yet. Right? Right, says the chat. No opposition. Oh, it's so hot in my house. It is so dusty in here. I think I'm gonna put my hair back up. I took my hair out because I was like, oh man, I don't want my hair up. But holy shit, it's hot as fuck, dude. It's actually steamy in this house. Some reason the thermostat auto sets to 74, and I'm like, dude, that's ridiculous. 74 is a ridiculous temperature to set. Just regular. Okay, that's good. Alrighty. Oh, I should update the stream. Huh. Animals I could take in a fight. Okay. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yo, what is going on, YouTube? How's it going? Welcome back. I was thinking about this. This is what I was thinking about. There are a lot of animals in this world. And I'm just a silly little human being. What would I do? What would I do if I was out in the real world and I ran into an animal? Well, I think where do I want to go with this? Well, I think it's important to know. Fuck. Pro tip, is a really bad idea to use a number pad as a stream deck if you are going to be streaming on Twitch and also playing music on YouTube, because, and I didn't know this before I started streaming, you can actually use numbers to jump to a certain percentage of the way through a video. I did not know that before I started streaming, and now I constantly fuck it up. So we are just going to simply run it back, as the kids say, and act like that never happened. All right, you ready, chat? 3, 2, 1. Yo, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back. Now, I was thinking, I gave it a little bit of thought. There are a lot of animals in this world. A lot of that I don't even know about. But that being said, I was thinking, if I ever got caught in the wilderness, how well would I fare? What would I be able to do? I've hit the gym a time or two in my life, so that's why today what I want to do is rank and figure out of all the animals in the world, which animals I could take in a fight. Now, this is just a tier list I found of just animals. This is an animal tier list, and I adjusted the ranks a little bit because there was like 10 of them, and I was like, that's too complicated. So at the top, I end their bloodline. Next, easy clap. And then I'm the favorite. And then we go to a 50-50. So that's an even fight. Next after that, they're the favorite. The animal is more likely to win. After that, it's a quick L for me. And then finally at the bottom, the animal would literally tear me to shreds for fun. So those are the options. Now we are going to be looking at all of these animals today. We are going to be looking at all 54 animals and figuring out what chance do I stand against these 54 animals. Now that I'm actually looking at the tier list, I'm going to add another tier. Would rather die than fight them. All right. So those are the tiers. End their bloodline. Easy clap. I'm the favorite. 50-50. They're the favorite. Quick L. Tear me to shreds for fun. Or I would rather die than fight them. Pretty simple. Pretty easy. So without a further ado, let's get started. Not with that song, with this song. Let's get started with a classic pick, the lobster. So, I don't know much about lobsters other than they have the little claws. That's all I really know about lobsters. I am really struggling to get comfortable. So that's all I really know about a lobster. That being said, it depends on where the fight is, right? Can How did I control F? C. Live out water for a couple days if kept in a moist and cool place. However, okay, so how long can a lobster be out of water? How long can a lobster survive out of water? This is a very important question. 36 hours. Okay, so a lobster can live up to 36 hours outside of water, which I feel like is enough time to have a fair fight. But I think clearly, like, if it's on land, you know, I'd say easily I'm the favorite, right? It might even be an easy clap if it's on land, because it's going to be so preoccupied with, like, trying to live that I can just walk up and, you know? That being said, if it's in the water, I think it's a quick L. I don't think the lobster tears me to shreds for fun. It is a quick L. So, averaging the scores, carry the 7, plus 2, I think it's a 50-50 fight. Largely dependent on where the fight takes place. But I think that not coming into consideration, it averages out to about a 50-50 fight. Next is a zebra. We're also going to learn a lot about animals. Because zebras run fast as fuck. 40 miles an hour. A plains zebra runs 40 miles an hour. How much do zebras weigh? All right, anywhere from 600 to 900 pounds. So we have a 600-pound animal, 40 miles an hour running at me. I'm gonna be honest, I think that's a quick L. I won't even lie. That's a quick L. Like, it runs faster than me. It is like 4 times my weight, right? I won't lie, I'm a stinky 2. But it's fucking 4 times my weight. It runs so many times faster than me. I think that's a quick L. I won't lie. They definitely wouldn't tear me to shreds, but it is a quick L. Next thing, this little jerboa or this little mouse, I would literally end its bloodline. That's it. Things like that big. Dude, it's like the classic question, like, how many 6th graders could you take? How many jerboas could you fight at once before you get overwhelmed? The answer is all of them. I could fight every jerboa at once and still walk out of that thing. Because those boys are so tiny. They're so teeny tiny. They're so minuscule compared to me. Let me tell you, working at a pet store, you get a real good idea of just how small and insignificant and weak, like, rodents are, like mice. Mice are so tiny. They're so small. Anytime one tries to, like, out of the cage, I just fucking grab it. You know, I grab it by the tail, and I'm like, yeah. Like, it remembers that day. Next up is a deer would literally tear me to shreds for fun. I am so afraid of deer and moose and anything that has an antler attached to it, because those things are massive, those things are scary, and they could wake up. Like, a buck, if I'm walking through the forest, a buck could just find me and just decide that I'm done. Like, that's it. And what am I gonna do about that? I've seen a buck in real life. Me and my friend were, like, biking through a trail in the woods, and we stopped, and there was a buck sitting like 30 feet away from us on this trail, and he was just gonna go straight towards the buck, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? And he was like, oh, it's just a deer whoop-de-doo, and I was like, if you piss that thing off, it will just end you. It will punch your ticket. It will end your life. You will not breathe anymore. So, easy clap, dude. That thing tears me to shreds because it's a Wednesday, and the Buck woke up. The Buck hates Wednesdays, and dude, the antlers are so scary. That's the thing. The thing is, the antlers are so scary to me. I'm actually terrified to be on the wrong end of a deer or a moose. Like that video in Canada of like the moose, and he's just standing in the middle of the island on the freeway. Like, bro, he was so fucking big. Like, he was actually insanely big. It was scary. Moose. Yeah, this thing? Oh my god.
Look at this big fella.
Oh my god, I thought this was Canada. This happened in the US?
Wow,
look at that thing.
Kalia, look at him. He's huge.
Look.
Hey there, bud.
Look at the size of this car compared to this moose. The car is as tall as his quad.
Hey there, bud.
Also, holy shit, his side view mirror is fucked.
No, I'm not gonna touch it. Hey there, bud. Hey there, got a.
This man is 1,000 times braver than I am.
Yeah? Okay.
Like I know that this moose could just the car right now. I don't want to live in that world. I stay away from anything that has antlers attached to it because I value my life. Next up, this isn't just any old reptile. This isn't just any old lizard. I know exactly what lizard this is. This is a Chinese water dragon. It's one of these things. Right? And here's the thing, I own one of those. You see the big black thing? Wait, I'll get there. The big black thing right there. That big black thing. There's actually a Chinese water dragon in that right now. I'm not going to get her out because she gets mad. But there is a Chinese water dragon in that thing. I do own a water dragon, actually. Now that being said, that means I've spent a lot of time around water dragons. I think it's somewhere between I'm the favorite and easy clap. I think it's an easy clap because the most they really do, or at least the most she does, is she'll puff out, she'll hiss at me. She's whipped her tail maybe twice. Like maybe twice. And the whole time I've had her, she's whipped that tail. But also they have tail autonomy, so she'll pop it off, right? Like she stands a pretty good chance of detaching the tail too. So I think it's an easy clap. I don't think I end the bloodline. I think there's a lot of Chinese water dragons and eventually that tail would start to like hurt. But I definitely do think it's an easy clap. An octopus? I think an octopus is a quick L. I just think an octopus is a quick L. Those things are definitely smarter than me. Those things definitely would roll me. They would do its little... Oh, no, that's a cuttlefish. I was thinking about it like camouflaging, but then I was like, that's a cuttlefish and not an octopus. But yeah, octopus. Or that might even be a squid. I don't want to get inked by a squid. That's a quick L. With the zebra. Simple. Easy. Grizzly bear, tear me to shreds for fun. The grizzly bear would literally shred me into pieces and then just go on with its day and not even give me a second thought. You know? And that's just how it would be. Grizzly bears are 8 feet long, 900 pounds of just muscle and fat. Those things are pretty much bulletproof. Those things are pretty much bulletproof. So, yeah, grizzly bear takes me in a fight. It would tear me to shreds for fun. It's not close. Same thing with a hippo. Hippos are sociopaths. They are terrible. I'm very afraid of them. If I run into any of these 3 things in the wild, it's just their turf. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, these things, if I run into them, or even the lobster, I'd be like, okay, like, we can share this spot. You know, zebras and squids, I would be like, okay, I'm gonna be a little cautious. These 3, bro? I'm literally turning and walking the other way and be like, yeah, man, that's just your turf. I don't know what you want from me. Like, I just don't know. Sea turtle, I think, is an easy clap. I think they put up enough of a fight for me to not just end their bloodline where it stands, but I'm definitely winning that fight. Like, decisively, I'm winning that fight because they don't have a lot of defense mechanisms. Tiger? Nope. Nope. No, sir. No. Same thing as like a bear. Like that thing, especially because they climb trees, like it would just run up the tree and then pounce on me and then I'm done. That's it. That's all there is to that fight. That's all there really is to that one. Like that's an open and shut case. A wolf? That's the question, right? That's the question. Is it a wolf or is it a pack of wolves? Because I think a pack of wolves, like, they tear me to shreds for fun. But I think just a wolf, I think they're the favorite. I think I put up a fighting chance, but I think they're still the favorite at the end of the day. Because, like, look at me, right? I think I could put up a fight against a wolf. I'm not going to cap and say that it's a 50-50 or even, you know, I walk out winning. That's a lie. But I do think I stand a fighting chance, but I think at the end of the day, a wolf's a favorite. Individually. Pack tears me to shreds, but we're going individual wolf. I think they're the favorite. Is that a macaw? Is that a red macaw? It is. It's a scarlet macaw. Scarlet macaw, to be honest, I think I'm the favorite. What do macaws eat? Yeah, it's all seeds, nuts, fruits, and berries, dude. I think I'm the favorite. I think it would have an advantage because it can fly and it could circle me and like dive bomb me, like, you know, it could be like, right? But I think eventually, I'm a gamer. Let's not lie to ourselves. I'm a gamer, right? I've played Dark Souls. Not really. I've actually never played Dark Souls, but I have played video games. Eventually, I think I learn its attack pattern. And you know, like, I think it's a close fight. I walk out a little bruised, a little battered, maybe, but I still think I'm the favorite to win. You know, it's not 50-50. It's like 80-20 me. You know, I got 80-20 odds. Komodo dragon would literally tear me to shreds for fun. Literally just for fun. Because these things are insane. I saw on a TikTok once that, like, certain, and I might be misremembering, but I saw and I remember TikTok guy saying that, like, at certain times of the year, women just like when a woman is on her period, she's just not allowed in the natural habitat of a Komodo dragon because they'll smell the human blood and then they'll hunt the women down, and the islands are literally too small to like get out of the Komodo dragon's AoE, and that scares me. Komodo dragons are also like 10 feet long and like 2,000 pounds, and they're super venomous. There is not a universe where I win against the Komodo dragon. Unless I learn how to literally fucking spit venom at that bitch. I'm literally not. Oh my god, imagine. The Komodo dragon goes to like bite me with its venom, and me learning the ways of the mystic arts, I shoot its own venom back at it. That's the only way I win against a Komodo dragon. That's it. That's the only way I win against a Komodo. Lion. See, most people would think lion like tears me to shreds for fun, but me, I'm an intellectual. And I know that lions spend most of their day just sleeping. So, that being said, I think if I can get like the sneak on it, the little sneak attack, like Hercules and the Nemesis lion, I can just choke that bitch out. That's my only chance. I do think it's a quick L though. But like tear me to shreds for fun. It's like I have no fighting chance. Lion, I stand a little bit of a chance, I stand a little bit of a chance against a lion because those bitches just sleep most of the day, so I feel like I can like sneak up on that thing, Bald eagle? Now see, here's the thing. I was the favorite against the macaw, but I do think the bald eagle's the favorite against me. Now here's why. Bald eagles scare me, but also I feel like it's the same thing. I feel like I'd have to learn its attack pattern and like predict it, but I also feel like a bald eagle is a more skilled hunter than a macaw is, so I feel like I would have less time to learn the attack pattern before I literally bleed out and die. So that's what makes it scary. So I think the bald eagle's the favorite in this one. The rhinoceros I think is a 50-50 fight, which sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. But one thing you gotta know about the rhinoceros is they run super slow and they're super blind. Rhinoceros cannot see for shit. I can't either. But I personally have the benefit of human innovation. Glasses. So that gives me the advantage. Here's my plan. Here's the plan to take down the rhinoceros. It sees me. It's charging at me. It's doing its little getting ready, I let it get real close, and then I just dodge the rhino. And it's already going. It's got a super wide turn radius, so it's super big, and it has to turn. While it's turning, I'm just, chucking rocks at it because I don't get to be equipped with anything, but I can use my surroundings, right? Like a tiger's allowed to climb the tree, so I'm allowed to just chuck rocks at the rhino. I find something to distract the rhino with. It charges at that. Cartoon style, I distract it with a door, and it just horn goes through the door. Now it's stuck in the door. Uh-oh, I win. The other reality that we live in is that the rhinoceros might just skewer me. But I don't choose to live in that world. So I think it's a 50-50. Small little tiny birds, I end their bloodline. They're not aggressive. They're super small. I could literally crush one in my hand. So, yeah, I think that's an easy clap. I think I literally end their bloodline. Especially because their bloodline most of the time is in eggs, and I could just the egg, you know? Next up is a panda bear. How aggressive are pandas? How aggressive are panda bears? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was pretty sure that pandas were kind of dangerous because they eat bamboo, and bamboo is strong. Bamboo is extremely strong. Yeah, bamboo can take up to 52,000 pounds per square inch to break. So that being said, I think as long as I avoid the mouth area, I'm pretty safe. So I think the panda's the favorite. Because pandas are also smaller than grizzly bears, and I'm also just a lot more afraid of grizzly bears, to be honest. I think for the ferret, that's an easy clap. I think like ferrets are quick. Ferrets are agile, right? They're agile little creatures. But at the end of the day, they're small. And I feel like with a ferret, all it would take is just like this is all it would take for a ferret, right? It's coming at me. All it just takes is one good, you know? Now, I don't think that move is busted enough to end the whole bloodline, but it is busted enough for an easy clap. So we take those. We take the easy claps around here. A gorilla? This is an interesting one. Because I know that gorillas are big and strong, but they're also huge pussies. So I don't know. I want to say it's a 50-50, but I also want to say the gorilla's maybe the favorite. Because the gorilla is muscular. So I think the gorilla's the favorite. I'm not too sure about that though. That might be a 50-50, but I'm gonna keep it on there the favorite for now. Because I don't think it's a quick L, and I don't think it tears me to shreds. I think I could put up a good fight against the gorilla. Unlike an orangutan, that's a quick L. Because orangutans are super smart, they're super big, they're super scary. I literally went to the Cincinnati Zoo and watched an orangutan use a vending machine, and I can't even figure out a vending machine, so I feel like that's a quick L. What does a llama's spit do to you? What does a llama's spit do to you? Can llamas spit hurt you? This is what we need to know. It can't actually harm you. So the llama is also just a big bitch. That being said, I think it's a 50-50. I think it's a... Is it? No, I think I'm the favorite. I genuinely, I think I'm the favorite against the llama. Because if that's really its only defensive maneuver, I think I could take the llama down. Like, I feel like llama is one of those animals that if I just push it over, it's just going to sit there on its side, not knowing what to do, you know? Like, it's not going to be able to easily pull itself out of the trenches. You know what I mean? So, I feel like llama is not an easy win. I think I'm the favorite against a llama. A shark would tear me to shreds for fun. It would literally tear me to shreds for fun. Don't really have to go much more than that. Ugh. Sharks are just scary, man. Sharks are just scary. Also, I do have to pee, chat. I'll be right back. An elephant? That's a quick L. See, I don't think elephants would do it for fun. Like, I don't think an elephant would demolish me just for the sport of it, you know? But I do think if I am in a fight against an elephant, it is a quick L, and it will serve it to me on a silver platter. Because they're scary. They're big. They could just literally... And that's it. It's over. It's done. So, feel like elephant is a quick L for me. Next up... Oh, what kind of snake is this? Is that a cobra? No, it's not a cobra. What am I trying to think? It's like a tree python or something? Yeah, it's a tree python. A green tree python. Are they venomous? Are green tree... Yeah, are they venomous? Or are they constrictors? They are constrictors. That does make it big. Big, dude. Green tree pythons. About 5... Dude. Green tree python, bro? I'm the favorite. The python would have to get the jump on me. But even then, here's the rule of thumb with snakes. 6 feet is the rule of thumb. A human being can usually overpower any snake like smaller than 6 feet. And the thing about constrictor snakes is they don't start trying to eat you until they know you're dead. So with that, you know, if it got the jump on me, I feel like I could still even like wrangle that thing off. And if it didn't, like, what's it gonna do? Fucking wrap around me, dude? No shot. I literally just pull it off and I win. It's that simple. Starfish, I could end its bloodline. I could end a starfish's bloodline super easily. They can regenerate, but I feel like you just gotta through the heart, you know? Can't regenerate if you don't got a heart, bitch. So, a starfish, I would end its bloodline. Is that a crocodile or an alligator? Hi, I went to an American public education system. Okay, so the U-shaped snout is always the alligator. That snout looks pretty U-shaped. It's an alligator. I don't think it makes a difference. I don't think it makes a difference. Yeah, I think the alligator tears me up, dude. There's a bunch of alligator guys on TikTok, and they literally say all the time that if the alligator gets a hold of you and rolls, like, no amount of protection makes a difference because the roll is so aggressive that it literally just pops off the nearest joint, right? Like, that scared me when because it was a guy that literally, he's probably still on TikTok. He never wears shoes around his alligators. And someone asked, why don't you wear shoes? He said, well, the answer is simple. If it grabs my foot and twists without a shoe, it comes off at the ankle. If I'm wearing a tennis shoe, it comes off at the knee. If I'm wearing knee-high boots, it comes off at the hip. Like, the roll is so aggressive that it just pops off the nearest free joint. And that's scary. So, I think it tears me apart for fun. And I think it's as simple and as easy as that. A horse, I think, is a 50-50 fight. Call me crazy. Call me insane. Horses are big, but I'm bigger. Look at me, chat. No. No. Horses are really big. This is a fact. It's one of those, like, facts of life. You know, horses are big animals. And if it's charging at me and it tramples me, like, this is what it comes down to. When I'm fighting a horse, this is what it comes down to. It comes down to, is it able to trample me or not? Is really what it comes down to at the end of the day. Because if you think about it, like if the horse is able to stampede me and knock me over, it'll break every bone in my body. But if I can you know what I'm saying? Same thing as like the rhino. If I just sidestep that thing, like I stand a better chance. And similar to like the llama, if I push it over, have you ever seen a horse knocked over? It just kicks its legs. It can't get itself back up very well. So I feel like I stand a pretty good shot at beating a horse. I'm not gonna lie. I won't lie. I won't cap. Cheetah's a 50-50. Cheetah is 100% a 50-50. Because cheetahs run very fast, but in the same vein, they can't do it for long. They're a sprinter. Cheetahs are a sprinter. I think the statistic is something crazy. Like cheetahs will chase their prey really fast, but only for like 45 seconds or something. How long can a cheetah run? Yeah, they can only run 1,500 feet before they have to stop. They can only maintain their speed for 20 to 30 seconds. Like, if I can just outsmart the cheetah for 30 seconds, it'll literally retreat, and then I can take my turn. You know what I mean? Like an RTS or something. Or like a card game. Like, it plays its cards, and it doesn't win, so I get to play my cards, and then I get to win. So I feel like it's a 50-50. It just depends on how long I can outrun that cheetah for. I'm hoping long enough. Clownfish, I literally end its bloodline. What is the clownfish going to do against me? I don't even have to go in the water to beat a clownfish. I can see it, like, at the surface of the water and just grab that thing out of the water. You know what I mean? So I feel like I could very, very easily end a clownfish's bloodline. Little kitty cat, I would rather die than fight them. That's exactly why I made the... Fuck. There we go. That's why I made this category. For the kitty cat and for the puppy. Cat and dog, I would literally rather just take the L. I would rather FF at 15, you know, than actually fight one of these things. I don't even know what the fuck this thing is. What is that animal? Is that an owl? What is this animal? I'm so confused what this animal is.
3, 4.
Okay, that wasn't what I wanted. I actually don't know what this animal is. It looks like an owl. Assuming it's an owl, I would say I'm the favorite against the owl. I think realistically I stand a good chance at taking any bird except the bald eagle. Oh, this is an octopus. So that's a squid. Either way, they're both a quick L. I already explained why I would lose to an octopus. Those things are smart and scary. Crab, I feel like I could end its whole bloodline. Because crabs don't have much defense other than that shell. But I don't know if you've ever had crab legs. Those things are super easy to break. Crab legs are easy to break. I would imagine the back shell isn't much different. So that's an easy clap too. To be honest with you. I just step through the shell. It's super easy. Peacock. Peacock's a hard one. Because it's a bird. But I don't know if it has... I think I'm the favorite against a peacock. Because the peacock's big defensive thing is just the feathers and the eyes, right? So I feel like I'm the favorite against the peacock. Same thing as the sheep. I think... Oh, but rams. I think a female sheep is an easy clap. I think I'll leave it at I'm the favorite. Because I feel like a female sheep is an easy clap. I think a ram is a 50-50. So I'll leave it at I'm the favorite. It depends on the the gender of the sheep. A swan? Are swans like scary? Are swans scary like a goose? Oh, both are equally potentially dangerous if you disrespect them or disregard good sense. Fighting them is not good sense, so I feel like that's a quick L. Goose are scary and so are swans. Whale is an interesting matchup. Whale is an interesting matchup because on the one hand, it can't eat me, but on the other hand, I feel like it's big enough to just shred me into pieces. So I think that's a they're the favorite, to be honest. Actually, I think it's a they're the favorite, yeah, because it won't eat me, but I feel like it's big enough to still beat me in a fight, you know? An otter. How big are otters? Or that's a sea. That's a seal. No, that is a seal, just not the Pokemon. Seal's good. Average size is 7 to 8 feet and approximately 660 to 770 pounds. Oh, it's so cute though. It's so cute. But if it's coming after me and it's a life or death situation, I think it's a 50-50. I think seal's a 50-50, to be honest. Ducks are an easy clap. I think duck is an easy clap. I think ducks are big pussies. It's an easy clap any day of the week. Same thing with a cow. Unless it's a bull, I'm the favorite. Yeah, I think a heifer is an easy clap. But a bull is a 50-50. So it's the same thing as a sheep, to be honest. To be honest, it's the same thing as a sheep. Because a bull's a 50-50. A heifer is an easy clap. So I think I'm the favorite. It averages out to me being the favorite. Dolphins, I think, are a 50-50. To be honest, I think a dolphin is a good 50-50 shot. Just because, like, I feel like, you know, fist to fin, I've got the advantage. I've got these bitches. But it depends how well I can navigate the water that day. But because I feel like it'll be a close fight. You know what I mean? Whoever wins is definitely getting picked off by this motherfucker. That's for sure. This motherfucker's picking off whoever wins that fight. And lastly, a goat, a mango, a Tom Brady. I think a goat's an easy clap. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen a goat. Those things are small. Those things are weak. I could take it in a fight any day of the week. Easily any day of the week I could take a goat in a fight. So that being said, boys, this is the final tier list. Let's start at the bottom. Cats and dogs, I would literally rather die than fight them. Things that could tear me to shreds. Deers or moose, literally anything with antlers. Grizzly bears, hippos, tigers, Komodo dragons, sharks, and alligators. All of those things could tear me to shreds and not think twice about it. Stuff that I would believe is a quick L is a zebra, a squid, a lion, an orangutan, an elephant, octopus, and swans. Those are the ones that would be a quick L. Next up, things that are against me and the odds, but I have a fighting chance, but they're still the favorite. Wolves, eagles, pandas, gorillas, and whales. Mostly because these things I have a fighting chance against, but I feel like they still pull ahead at the end. Stuff that's a 50-50. A lobster, depending on the environment. A rhino. A horse. A cheetah. A seal, depending on the circumstances. And a dolphin, depending on the circumstances. All of these things, it's a coin flip on who wins. Things that I'm the favorite against. A macaw. A llama. A green tree python. a barn owl, a peacock, a sheep, and a cow. These are things that would put up a good fight, but I still stand the better chance at winning. Next up is the easy clap category. We've got a Chinese water dragon, a sea turtle, a ferret, ducks, and goats. These animals, I feel like I could take any day of the week. They could ambush me, and I could still come out on top. And then finally, the 5 animals that I could end the bloodline of are mice and gerboas, finches, starfish, clownfish, and crabs. Those 5 species of animal, if I woke up tomorrow, I could just end them all. So that's it. That's my tier list. If you liked, make sure to like. And if you liked it enough, make sure to subscribe. Always putting content out. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. How'd I do, chat? I think that's a fair tier list. I don't think I did anything too crazy. You know? I don't think I did anything insane. I think putting Komodo Dragon on there was not fair. If anyone does this tier list ranking, and says that they could take a Komodo Dragon in a fight, they know literally nothing about Komodo Dragons. I don't think they know literally anything about a Komodo Dragon. If you look at me in the face and say you could take one in a fight. One-on-one, like you just meet that bitch in the street, no shot. You would need so much padding and so much armor. It's actually insane. Take in a fight and the odds of me beating them. There we go. So I don't think we'll have enough time to do anything else on stream today, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we have I don't think we have enough time to do anything else. So I think this is probably where we're gonna end off the stream, to be honest with you guys. To be honest, I think this is where we end off the stream for today, boys. Thank you so much to everybody who came out to the stream. I do very, very much so appreciate it. And yeah, I'm gonna head out. I have to do some schoolwork, and I have to edit a YouTube video, have to edit TikToks, gotta do all the boring behind the scenes stuff that nobody really knows about. So I think this is where we part ways for tonight. We'll be streaming tomorrow. We'll probably do the Genlock all day tomorrow, because I really just wanna get out of Fire Red, man. I might sweat just to get out of Fire Red. But this is it for me, boys. Thank you. And have a good night.